What's going on, everybody? My name is CJ Williams, and you at the one and only Trap Music Museum. It's essential for trap music and this museum to be showcased here because Atlanta is the home of trap music. And where else better to have the first inaugural museum? There's none of its kind anywhere else. You might have a hip hop museum, you might have other museums that might be dedicated to certain artists, but in terms of the story of trap music and that journey of these artists, the only place that you could come is here. We started out as a pop-up in 2018 for All-Star Weekend. It was not at this location, it was at an off-site location. And basically, our idea was to highlight trap music culture in a way that it hadn't been done before, but we didn't know the extent of it. So after that year in 2018, we had so many visitors and the traffic just kept going and going. Okay, how can we capitalize on this, people being enamored and so interested in trap music, at the same time introducing them maybe to a behind the scenes look and story that they didn't know before. So 5 years later, we're here. Trap music is, number one, the most popular subgenre of hip hop. But number two, what it does is it tells a very authentic story, all right? And this story is about tribulation and triumph. A lot of the artists that are displayed on the walls in this museum had to endure challenges, whether it was because of the community they grew up in, economic circumstances, and they didn't allow what they were facing to determine where they were gonna be. So you might be on the corner doing something you don't need to do. You might be hanging with the wrong crowd, but eventually the gift is the music. This location was chosen, right, for a specific reason. So the trap is a inconspicuous place, all right? You shouldn't know you in the trap unless you from the trap. We chose this location is because we are actually in what is known as the Bluff. The Bluff was an area probably 20 years ago where if you were there at night by yourself, it might not be the smartest place to be. But the fact that 20 years later, we can have a museum here in the same area, in the same community, really speaks to the fact that the music has progressed along with the area. So we see an influx of, buildings and new businesses, and there's a lot of vibrant energy going on in the city. But what we wanted to do was make sure that we still kept it low key. People ask all the time, where's the sign? You guys should have a sign. We specifically don't have a sign so that people have to find out where it is. Because the trap, gotta keep that on the low. The amazing thing about the Trap Music Museum is that we have so much going on, and even things that you cannot see. For example, we have a secluded escape room, and that is probably one of our biggest attractions. That can only be booked online, and it has to be done in advance because we're booked all through the week. But it's a take on an escape room that people have never seen before. And after that fun and escaping the trap and getting away from the police, then you could go up the hill to the Trap City Cafe. It's been open for a few months, doing really well, have amazing food up there, super cool vibes, and really on this street alone, you never know what celebrities you might see. Most people are most surprised by the bar. So when they find out we have a bar, they go, there's a bar, are you sure? Like people ask all the time, is that fake? Is that real? Like, no, baby, we got real cocktails. Go ahead and get you one of those drinks, get you loosened up. So people love the bar. People love our augmented reality exhibit, which is one of our newest exhibits. It gives you the opportunity to step into a booth with some characters that were created especially for the museum. You get to do a little dance with them to your favorite trap music song, and then you could text the video back to yourself. So it's like, a little digital keepsake. The Trap Music Museum is not only a place where you could come and enjoy the art, it is a place where you could purchase the art. Our TMM Art Gallery, which is of course an online website for purchasing art, has QR codes all around the museum. You use your QR reader, you scan it, it takes you to our online website, and then you send an inquiry if you are interested in purchasing art. So this is really, I think it's amazing because it is providing the opportunities for upcoming artists, mainly black and brown artists who we love to highlight in the museum, an opportunity to have their art showcased and then purchased. So really what's amazing is that this whole street is really bubbling and bustling with trap music culture and energy, and if you're anywhere in this vicinity, it's gonna grab hold to you and you're gonna wanna be a part of it. That's the energy of the Trap Music Museum. When you come here, you feel like you're at home. Even if you're not from the trap, even if you don't know what a trap is, by the time you leave this place, you will understand how important trap music is to the world and how important the Trap Music Museum is to Atlanta, trap music culture, and just that story of starting from the bottom and making it to the top.